Greetings and welcome, East Hampton, Amagansett, Sag Harbor, and community. Today, I have two very special guests to introduce to you. We're going to start with Lorraine Pharaoh Brandon, the great-great-grandniece of the iconic Stephen Talkhouse. Welcome, Lorraine.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to have you with us today. I'd like to start by just sharing a few things about you. You are a resident here in Sag Harbor.
Yes.
You're a mom. You're a real estate agent. You formerly had been in the magazine business, and you have been endeared with the term tribal leader. Can you share with us how that term came to be applied to you?
Sure. That was my friends from high school, that it's a major term of endearment that they stuck to me.
That's great. Mm-hmm. And among your community and friends, are there specific things when you all get together that you share in as a community?
Well, it's nice to have so many friends still from high school. I don't think there's a lot of people that can say that. Mm-hmm. The more I've ventured out into the world, the more people are amazed at how many friends I still have from high school. And that's part of growing up in Sag Harbor. That's kind of what you get.
That's great. Great. Yeah. What would you like to share with us about your great-great-uncle, Stephen Talkhouse? Why is he a legend?
Well, he really had an interesting life. He was an iconic figure due to many reasons. One of them being that he worked for the Postal Service, delivering mail 25 to 50 miles a day from Montaukett, East Hampton, Riverhead, all over the East End. It's been rumored that he actually walked from Brooklyn to East Hampton one day, which is pretty amazing.
It is amazing. I mean, I just did the drive actually to Montaukett from Watermill the other day, and I was like, oh my God, to think that this man walked from Montaukett to Sag Harbor. I mean, seriously, it's truly amazing. And I know that he was connected to P.T. Barnum.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So he was hired by P.T. Barnum to be... P.T. Barnum was a great marketeer of his day, as we know. Yes. He was hired to be the last great king of the Montauketts, which really wasn't true, but it sounded good. Mm-hmm. And also to as the greatest walker on earth. That was what he built him as.
Very nice.
Which could have been true. I don't know. Yeah.
And I know you have someone else in your family that you're very proud of, and you call your Aunt Pokey. Who is Aunt Pokey?
That is Pocahontas Pharaoh, Sarah Pocahontas Pharaoh.
And why is Pocahontas Sarah Pharaoh so special and so renowned?
So she had the distinction of being the last full-blooded Montaukett born on the Montaukett Reservation in 1878.
Very interesting. Great. And I know when I was driving out this weekend, I was so endeared to see Pocahontas Lane, Pharaoh Road, Talkhouse Road. I mean, it was amazing. It's really something. What would you like to share with us about the Montaukett tribe? What qualities do you think have been passed down in your generation?
Well, I think something that was instilled upon us was the old don't judge another until you have walked a mile in their moccasins.
Fabulous.
that was a very important piece that resonated with me. And also a work ethic that, like no other, was instilled. At least I know in me through my father, and I don't know if that's a genetic trait,
Right.
but that's what was instilled in me.
Well, I know that you received the Hearst Spotlight Award, and that was when you were in the magazine business,
Yes.
and that was for your hard work ethic and creative problem solving.
Yeah, I mean, that was during an acquisition that Hearst did with Rodale Press. There were so many people working hard that I don't know if I was the only person that should have gotten an award. But I am appreciative of it, and it was nice to be recognized for my efforts.
I would say that we can say that that work ethic that stems from your great-great-uncle has trickled down, because clearly that's an indication of it as well.
Thank you.
Yes. And now we'll speak about something else. The Montaukett tribe is not recognized.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Well, to be a recognized tribe gives you the relationship with the government that you are a sovereign nation, and your relationship to the U.S. government is of one from government to government. So that is one aspect. And then there's also certain benefits that come along with being recognized.
Is there movement towards becoming a recognized tribe?
Well, we've been trying for about 30 years, so we're still plugging away.
Okay. Well, I know you brought some things with you here today that we would love to talk about. Let's start with wampum. What is wampum?
Yes, so the Montauketts established the first currency, which is actually clamshells that were polished down to these pieces, and some of them were put into beads like these, and there's strings that would be attached to these so that they could either wear them as necklaces or as belts, and they would walk around with their money like that.
And it didn't serve as currency and trade as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that made the Montauketts very rich because the clam shells here were plentiful at that time.
And you told me that this right here is a paint bowl?
Paint pot.
A paint pot. Mm-hmm. What is the paint pot used for?
So actually these are both types of paint pots. They came in various shapes and sizes. You could wet this or apply a type of oil called linseed oil, and it would actually turn into a paint that was like a reddish color, which is something you'll see in various American Indian cave dwellings and different paints. There's always a reddish brown, and this is where this stems from. From iron, actually, is where the color comes from.
That's great. Very nice.
And this is an Indian arrowhead, which again is found all over the United States. This one just happens to be quartz, but they're from different types of stone. So what the Indians would do is, now this is old, so the shape is not quite what it used to be, but they would attach string and then possibly a long stick to create a spear, and then they could fish or hunt with it.
Very clever. That's great. Now, I also see that you're wearing this beautiful turquoise necklace and bracelet, and I am too, because you gave this to me for today, and samples. Talk to us about turquoise. What is turquoise? What does it mean?
Well,
what does it represent?
Harmony. Yeah, for me, it's the harmony that I love. It's the stone that I love. There's different types of turquoise. I don't know if you're familiar with turquoise, but there's this type is from Navajo land. Kingsman turquoise has a lot of silver that runs through it.
Okay.
There's just various types. Yours is probably Zuni.
Love it.
Yeah. I'm glad you like it. It looks good.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Very nice. And I know you have some books that you brought along to share with us, the Montaukett Indians.
Yes. So this book can be found in the Sag Harbor bookstore. It is a condensed version of a much larger book, like a large textbook type of book. So this is actually easier to read, and it talks of the beginnings of Long Island and how it was formed, how the Indians lived here at that time, and it's an interesting read.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing that.
And then this one is no longer available, but it speaks of the languages of the Algonquians of Long Island.
Great. And there are some things at the Smithsonian. There's a Smithsonian.
Yes. So
museum.
Stephen Talkhouse actually, when he traveled with P.T. Barnum, he saw animals that he had never seen before. So he carved a paddle that is on display at the Museum of the American Indian in Washington, D.C.
Very nice. We will have to make sure to get there and check it out.
I know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, you have a career. You are in real estate.
Yes.
What is happening here in the Hamptons? What's going on?
What isn't happening in the Hamptons? Well, it's been very exciting here on Long Island, as you know, especially the Hamptons. It has been a wild ride. It's just felt like a mass exodus out of Manhattan came to Long Island, and it's been a lot of fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
I just read actually that apparently it's 72% ahead of last year in the purchasing of single homes year to date, which is incredible.
It is.
People are making this their home. They're exiting New York. It's
It should be interesting to see, though, how that trend plays out as we get further away from the pandemic, to see how many people actually stay versus the urban birds that really have to get back to Manhattan.
okay. Great. Anything else you might like to share with us about your family, descendancy, your great-great-uncle Stephen Talkhouse, what it's like living here in Sag Harbor?
Stephen Talkhouse, there's a little bit about him that people probably don't know. He was a Civil War veteran, and he also was a whaler in the Pacific. So he had like this really super cool life. That coat that he's wearing, it is believed that that is Army issue, a leather coat that he was given, during his service, and that's his walking stick. So that's it.
That's great.
Thank
Well,
you.
we have another very special guest with us today. It is Dakota Pharaoh Brandon, your daughter, the next generation. She is a multi-talented young lady. Dakota, please come join us. Thank you. Dakota is a self-taught pianist. She's multilingual, and she's also an incredible opera singer. Dakota, we would love you to introduce yourself, share with us what you're going to sing, and then we look forward to hearing you.
Thank you so much, Sandra. So, hi guys. Today I plan on singing an aria called O del mio dolce ardor from the 1770 opera Paride ed Elena by the composer Christoph Willibald von Gluck. So the opera itself is based off of the Greek myth of Paris and Helen of Troy. So basically this is when he's madly in love with Helen, and he's finally in the same room with her, and he's just so happy to be in her presence, breathing the air that she's breathing. So he's just infatuated with her, madly in love. So he's just singing these sweet words about her, and he sings of his great love for her. So without further ado, I'll jump right into it.
No
so much.
That was truly awesome.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
Thank you so much. Dakota, come down here, please.
Love to.
I'd like to ask you, how did it feel singing on the stage?
Oh, I actually got a little emotional.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is my first time here, and I'm honored.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're honored to have you, and we're honored to have your mom. I mean, you're both very special women and
Thank
terrific, and I am flattered and honored that you were here and that we had the opportunity, and we thank Stephen Talkhouse, we thank Peter Honorkamp for allowing us to film in this venue and to showcase you. And it's really very, very special.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you so much.
I thank you, ladies. I thank you, Lorraine. I thank you, Dakota. We thank LTV. We thank Stephen Talkhouse, Peter Honorkamp. And I want to say, up next, everyone, spring is in the air. Music is going to fill our soul. Up next, Dawnette Darden, the lead vocalist of the Hoodoo Loungers, Blue Funk with a sprinkle of jazz. Stay tuned. Everyone stay safe, be well, spring is in the air, everything's looking sunny. Thank you.